What's up, everybody? My name is John, and today is January 5th, 2026, and today I'm going over just how I lost $2,475 day trading on Q. So, rough loss to start the new year, but I am coming off of a 9-trade win streak. I'm up a lot on all my accounts, and I'm not sweating this loss. It was a good setup, and I was due for a setup to fail, so be it. If this was it, it's fine. I'm going to carry on next week. We have a bunch of news coming, so I'm not stressing this too much. Before I get into the trade recap, link in the description. You can learn from me one-on-one, learn my model called the SIS system, and you can also join my free trading Discord. I live stream every single day for free for New York Market Open. Join down there, tons of resources on my model, and there is no reason you shouldn't be joining this. Hope to see you all in the Discord, and let's get right into the recap. All right, so this is what we were working with coming in the morning on the charts, and today I was extremely bearish. I had a bearish bias, and I will show you why. So if I pop over to the daily time frame, NQ looks like this, and the area of price I want you to look at is this set of highs right here. Now, if I pop over to ES, you'll notice ES had taken these highs, meaning that we put in a high time frame SMT at these highs. Going back to NQ, you can see extremely high time frame SMT at these highs. This was all I needed to be bearish on the day, because going into a new week with a high time frame SMT like this that is obviously holding, no reason we should be taking longs. On top of putting in this SMT, you will notice we traded directly through this massive daily fair value gap, and we did this last Wednesday, we traded through this fair value gap. So clear sign we probably should start heading towards these lows and possibly even these lows with this SMT. We have been respecting bearish PD rays. You can see we held this daily fair value gap above, traded through a daily gap. I was leaning bearish. Now, dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, aside from these gaps holding, you can see we are currently inside of, or were currently inside of, a massive 4-hour fair value gap, which obviously I was expecting to hold on top of trading through this 4-hour fair value gap. And this was the only other gap that could possibly send price higher, but I was looking to take a trade to some sort of lows or possibly even this gap. Dropping even further on the 1-hour time frame, exact same thing. Inside of a massive gap and a slight uptrend, I was expecting us to reject out of this gap. Now, on the 15-minute time frame, you can see we were in a clear uptrend in the pre-market, but one area I noticed we traded into was this premium 15-minute fair value gap, which was also sort of a massive inception gap from this big move down we made. I thought we were going to reject out of here, and if I drop to the 5-minute time frame and give us a few more candles here, you'll see 9:30 market open candle, we start making a move lower. I'm thinking, great, okay, we're moving down on the day, confirming my bearish bias. I'm going to start looking to get in shorts depending on a few things. All right, currently on the 5-minute time frame, you'll see we made another 5-minute candle down, but we didn't take any sort of lows or anything like that. So I'm thinking we're going to continue to this low, continue to this low, and possibly even this low all the way down here from 2:45 a.m. If I go to my sessions indicator, you will see we had relative equal lows at London and Asia lows. These I wanted to see get traded to. 2 stacked up session lows, relatively equal, almost perfectly equal. Such an obvious draw. I want to see these get taken. These get hit 9 out of 10 times. That being said, these relative equal lows being my draw for the day, we opened up a big 5-minute fair value gap. You'll see it's 9:35 a.m. right at this moment, and we opened up this big 5-minute fair value gap. I'm going to put this in red because this gap was going to be my condition for this day. If we inverse this gap, I expect us to trade higher to these highs and possibly even breaking the SMT, going all the way up to these highs. You will also notice, that being said, you know my bias was bearish, so I was looking to see this 5-minute fair value gap get traded back into, respected, and holding. That way we can get a confirmation short out of this gap. This was all I wanted to see for my trade today. I wasn't really interested in taking longs. That being said, within the next 5 minutes, you will see we wicked into this 5-minute gap. Once I saw this, I dropped time frames and I was going to start looking to find an entry. Confirming this bearish bias even more, you will see NQ was trading inside of this gap. It hadn't inversed yet. This is a 1-minute candle. You're trading inside of this gap. I expected it to hold, but if I pop over to ES, you will see ES took out this high. So we have another internal SMT and an external SMT at these highs. Double SMT, I'm looking to take shorts. So we see this SMT get put into place. What I'm asking myself is, what is the highest time frame inversion down for me to take a short? I started popping through the time frames. You'll see, didn't have a 2-minute fair value gap. We didn't have a 1-minute fair value gap. But I noticed the highest time frame gap was this baby 3-minute fair value gap. Even though it was a small gap, I was looking to see this 3-minute gap get traded to take a short. But considering it wasn't an obvious fair value gap, you can see it's really small. I wasn't going to enter a trade off that because I learned over time that smaller gaps tend to not be as obvious and as powerful. So I wanted to see this get ran through and then catch another continuation opportunity after that gap was inversed. I'll skip forward a little bit in time here, and you'll see immediately after trading this 5-minute gap, next candle, V-shape inversion through this 3-minute. All I needed to tell me I need to go short was some sort of confirmation setup to the downside, so I want to see us maybe trade a little bit higher, get another inversion down, and I was entering short. If I go to the 1 minute time frame, you'll see we made a bullish candle up, and this next candle was bearish, giving away my entry. Dropped to the 30-second. We made this 1 minute retracement to the upside, and when we did this, you'll see we formed a 30-second fair value gap off that 1 minute candle. And once again, V-shaped recovery on the 30-second time frame, we inverse this. Off of this inversion, I was entering short. That's all I needed. 2 SMTs, higher time frame fair value gap holding, 5 minute condition holding, 30-second confirmation entry. I got in short. You guys know my final take profit was going to be the relative equal lows at London and Asia lows, so I was going to hold a runner down towards there. And my first take profit, which would have been more than a 1-to-1, would have been the pre-market lows right there. That was my TP1. Relative equal lows at London were going to be my final TP. That being said, with this inversion, I set my stop loss at the 30-second swing high off that 1 minute bullish candle up. I didn't think we were going to trade any higher, especially after getting that 30-second inversion, so I kept a tight stop. It was exactly 100 ticks, and I was going to set my break-even point at this internal low right here. Now today, one thing we had was 10 a.m. news. Knowing we had 10 a.m. news and we might get kind of questionable price action before it, I decided that I wasn't going to enter full risk on all my accounts, so I only took this on my 5 MyFunded futures accounts, and I entered this with 10 micros. My risk management plan was going to be I was going to take off 5 micros of TP1 and leave the other 5 running towards my final take profit, but unfortunately, I'll let this play out and you'll see what happened. After entering, instantly, we reject and stop me out within a few candles. I like this trade. There's nothing really wrong with it textbook-wise. I ranked it in A setup. It looked really good, but unfortunately, you don't win every trade. The win rate caught up to me, and we soaked a loss here. All that being said, losses are a part of the game. I take this trade 10 out of 10 times, and 1 out of every 10, we're going to lose. So if that's going to be it, so be it. Not sweating it. Couple other opportunities for trades later in the session, but nothing was as obvious as that. That was the only really true textbook setup I saw today, and just happened to be a loss. So be it. Going forth, like I said, we have tons of news coming up this week. I think it's going to be a really good week. A lot of volume at play there, so hoping to catch some more banger trades throughout the week, restart another win streak, and if you want to join alongside me, pop in the Discord, link in the description, and I will see you all in the next trade recap.